So we're going to talk about Theodore now. I thought that this was probably your version of Citizen Kane, but brought down in terms of the importance. It's not necessarily about America or anything. It's about this woman named Annabelle who I usually am able to decipher exactly which character it's based on your real life from what you told me. But I think that it's mostly a composite character because it seems to be many different characters. There's another one in An Eye Other than Human named Arthur that I think is a composite character. Tell me some of the biographical elements of Annabelle, and then we'll get into some of the more important aspects of the play itself.
Well, I mean, the Annabelle character is based upon one particular person, that not a woman I was ever involved with sexually, but one I was a friend with. In a sense, this is a play that's similar to A Matter of Propinquity, in that this is a person that I've lost touch with and a friend that I'm no longer in contact with. The difference is, whereas with the Jake Stemler character, he's sort of slowly frittered off. With the Maydeen character, she has a new life, and I still am in touch with her a few times a year by phone call or email. This Annabelle character, there's a bit more animus because she basically became a sellout. She had one book published, she became a sellout, and she doesn't seem to recognize it. I bring in her sister and her mother. We get
her mother is a highlight in the comedic sense.
Yeah, and then we get some of the same people from the second woman. The Linda Burton character shows up. We get similar scenes of the whackness. We get a scene where a couple of gay guys attack a lesbian with shaving cream. That's a real incident. And this is one of the things when I hear people talk about, for example, all gays stand together. Back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, gay men and lesbians hated each other. They thought each of them was going to destroy the quote unquote queer movement or whatnot. And so I bring that in, and then I have some of the same characters. The Johanna character, the Susie X character appear again. The manager of the coffee gallery, a large male bouncer named Tiny. And we get, again, people from the audience participating. So in some ways, it mixes some of the same elements as the second woman and A Matter of Propinquity with this overarching sort of Citizen Kane-like thing. But the ending, the revelation of who Theodore is a direct steal, too, from the ending of the Polanski film, Repulsion, where the camera peers around the room, and then it ends up on the photograph. Have you seen?
Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
Kane but Rosebud.
Yeah, but
the difference between Rosebud is that reveals what Rosebud is. Even I don't necessarily, because of the conversation being expanded, it's almost deceptive of whether or not that is actually Theodore, or whether Theodore is just this endless MacGuffin or not.
Well, it is a MacGuffin, just as Rosebud is a MacGuffin. But I mean, it seems kind of absurd, but it would have been more absurd had I put it in. I mean, we don't hear. She doesn't begin the play going Theodore or whatnot. We hear a few people mentioning that she had said this or whatnot, and so the ending that it turns out to be a teddy bear in her room or something. Is in a way a really absurd turn. So that this is where some of the absurdism comes in, and using some of these elements from these films, and having it end with that instead of having the camera go around and see the photograph in Repulsion, we have a spotlight that ends up on the teddy bear. And then I even end it with, a sort of absurd note to the director here. It said, note to the play's director. If aforementioned stuffed animals cannot be found, reasonable substance is made as long as they equal the number of stuffed animals mentioned. To facilitate ease in chewing off the ear, said chew is free to apply a condom to said teddy bear. So this wouldn't appear to the people watching it on stage unless the director wanted to put it there, which is fine. But it gives a sense of the absurdity, and part of the absurdity, the reason that there is the absurdist aspect is my making fun of the whole Annabelle character. I have the Annabelle character sell out to one to this TV guy, and I'm not going to name mention the name of the actual person that's based on. But the one person I do mention is Robert Bly, the poet, who she sold out to.